And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. Got an awesome show for you. Absolutely gonna love it. Bank Social. That one, I'm telling you what, it got hammered. Like, I think it was on the past Thursday night or Friday, something like that. It went down like 60%. I'm like, oh my God. So I wanted to go over that one today with you. It's amazing. Bank Social. Let me see if this works. Okay. Earlier, my internet went out, so it looks like my chat box works right now. Let me see what the first five. MKP007 at 552 man at Brian Edwards, Oak Woody at Oak Woody. And then at a serious Woody. Okay, then. I think this is probably the wrong channel. Christoph, not waiting in vain. Let me look through here. Mr. OG. Boy, Jave, it's Mr. OG. OG. YouTube changed the name format. Yeah, it looks like they're putting all ats. Like, so, okay, let us start off with a disclaimer. My name is Crypto Hulk, not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. I don't know anything about crypto. I don't know anything about finances. Not at all. If you listen to anything I say, you'll get financially destroyed. That's just how it goes. Me and Zoltar, he's asleep, but he's a toy. And this toy right here, oh, I think he's awake. Oh, no, not now. But Zoltar, that's the financial advisor that gives me financial advice. And if you think when I'm telling you financial advice, the toy, that's the boss of the show, okay? Now, me and Zoltar get high. We snort cocaine, heroin, angel dust, everything. We eat drugs, you name it, cocaine, heroin, PCP, methamphetamines, peyotes, everything, 24/7, okay? So there's your legal disclaimer. Somebody chat something. Somebody type something in the chat box here. Otherwise, I've got to, I'm going to click out and then click back in because I'm not seeing any kind of chat here. Let me just do that. I will be right back. Hold on. And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. Yeah, I had to restart this. Okay, so now I can see the regular chat. I didn't have chat. I also made the show a 2024 crypto explosion because I'm going to be going over a crypto, and I'll let the $5 people have the show after this, and then the general public. Wow. Brian C13-58 says LAES is at $6.13 today. I told y'all. I was telling y'all about that stock when it was $2. Now it's $6. You just 200%. That stock went up 300%. Thank you, Crypto Hulk, for telling us about stocks, crypto, gold, and all these things. I'm telling you guys, man, this is the fucking channel, isn't it? It feels good to be a part of a winning channel. We're just not sitting around like these other channels for like 13 minutes talking about stupid fucking shit, not making any kind of money, not even telling you about stocks, bonds, gold, whatever kinds of investments. No shit all. You just sit around and play fuck games for 13 minutes and the show's over. If you want, it's just ridiculous. I'm telling you, this is an aggressively positioned program. For a lot of years, I had Crypto Hulk Show. We never invested. There wasn't shit going on in crypto at all. And that's okay. We studied and studied and studied for about 4.5 years, right? Yes, we did Crypto Hulk. Now it's time to make money. And if you were in the $500 club, then I let these people know early before the show. And that's for show. What crypto we're going over. The $500 people get access to Crypto Hulk 24/7. I don't sleep, remember. I stay high all the fucking time. And we go over how to spot invest. I'm not going to get into what we get into, but today, today, here we go. I made $500 today. See, what happened on Friday is everything dumped. So I made a couple purchases of the crypto collat. I made about 3 to 4 purchases as it was dumping, and it went back up, and I just pulled it out, all of it, and I just made $500 profit from Friday. When everything dumped, it took me 3 days to make $500 on it. Bingo. Now I'm looking at my other cryptos, and I'm going to start pulling those off over the next 1, 2, 3 days, and I'll probably pull in another couple $1,000 on that. So this, I told y'all what I was doing. I said, all this shit's gonna dump. I put money in about 4 or 5 cryptos, and I'm gonna sell off about 4 of them, and I'm gonna walk away with, my goal was about $5,000 or $6,000, but one of them I think I'm gonna hold it, because I'm thinking that sucker, I just don't care about making $500 on that or 1,000, or I'm trying to go for like 10, 20, 30 grand. So I'm going to I'm not in a rush. I'm going to hold off on this one particular crypto. The other ones, I'll probably walk away. I'm going to go over today, look at my other cryptos I invested in, find out what I paid, what they're worth right now. If I can get at least $500 a piece profit on them, I'll sell them off. That means I would have made $4,000 profit since Friday. The dump on Friday made $2,000. Now the other 3 to 4 grand, I think I'm going to hold that one. Like I said, I want to turn that one into like 15,000. And I think, I got to talk to some of my financial advisor, which is Zoltar. I'm going to talk to Zoltar. We're both going to smoke Hubba Rock. We're both going to smoke some Hubba, and then we're going to discuss how I'm going to make money. All righty then. Put it all in root. Oh my God. What the fuck is Hubba? Okay. Hubba is an old school term. I'll give you one example from my youth, because I was a Ute. At a long time ago, I was a Ute. I had a job at this place called, I want to say what it was. Let's call it American Grill. Like one of those fast food, like 1950s kind of places and shit. The American Grill, it was called. We'll just call it that. It had like American food. So the guy who ran this was a really successful business guy, and he put this, it was awesome. He put this grill, and they just didn't have hamburgers there. It was kind of a nicer hamburger, like one of those 1950s hamburger, but it had more. And it was actually an expensive place. Like in today's money, you're not walking out of there a minimum 25 a person. That's a minimum. So it was in they converted a business office building into like the bottom floor into like this kind of higher end grill. They'd have some steak and some fish there and some hamburger. It was kind of like a 1950s kind of theme like-ish, but a modern, like a 1980s. So I worked there in about 1989. So I was 19. And it was a nice place. I made some good cash. So I didn't realize, and I had a nice Trans Am. Oh, God. 1980 Trans Am. Oh, man. If I think about it too much, I'm going to get a baby fist. But I love that car. and chick magnet. Anyhow, I'll move on. So this one bus boy, he was about my age, 19. He was no boy and I wasn't a boy. He's in my car. Check this out. I'm in a Trans Am. He needed a ride home. He's always kind of a shifty guy. Kind of, I don't know. He was, I kind of had a feeling he might have been into some bad shit. Like, he's a little rough around the edges, if you know what I mean. So he didn't have a ride that day to get off work. I don't know. His car broke, whatever. I don't know. It was too many years ago. Like 33, 4 years ago. And we got out of the parking lot, the parking garage, and we're driving off. And he's smoking this weird looking cigarette. It wasn't no cigarette. And it kind of had like a milky white smoke, or had a milky, soggy smell, or I don't know. It was like a smell that wasn't a cigarette. And I'm like, dude, what are you smoking in here? And he's like, oh, just hubba. And he kept smoking it. And he's like, chill out, man. It's just some good hubba. You want to take a hit? I'm like, what the fuck is hubba? Oh, come on. And he started laughing. Come on, man. Coke rocks. And I'm like, you got cocaine? You're smoking cocaine in the front seat. He's like, keep it down, man. You know? And I'm just like, dude, put that shit out. Fuck, dude. Like, I never would do bad shit. And I was actually on my way to getting into law enforcement. That was my goal when I was 21, to work for the department. So I'm almost 20 at this point. And, I'm getting into early stage police stuff, volunteer, explorer kind of. And I'm just like, this dude's going to ruin my fucking career. So that's how I learned what hubba was. It's cocaine, rock cocaine. And he's smoking it on my front seat of the car. I'm just like, dude, you're so fucking stupid. So, okay. Thanks for distracting, Crypto Hulk. Let's get in to this article here. It was a nice car, though, let me tell you. Way. I'm going to talk to you first about this article. Then we're going to get into Bank Social and Hedera and how that crypto is going to be a monster, okay? Now, right here's the article. I want you to see what is going. So let me do a copy paste here. I bought some Bank Social today. I'm just saying, I put in a ginormous bag. I've got a ginormous bag that I bought today of Bank Social. And I decided I think I might want to long-term hold this sucker. I already had Bank Social. I wanted to get an insanely disgusting, huge amount today because that crypto took such a massive hit over the past 4 days. It's like an ass whooping. Like I had to come in and just fucking steal that shit, okay? Now, let me show you what we got going on. Artificial intelligence, everybody. That's the latest thing is DeFi and AI. That's how you know we're at the last stages of crypto before this motherfucker takes off, is when you start seeing all this AI DeFi shit. That's right there. The title of the article. Now remember, okay, credit unions are like the minor leagues. It's like Canadian football, you know what I mean? The CFL, the Canadian Football League. I mean, come on, how many pros are going to be in Canada? Like, let's keep it real. Hey, if you're from Canada, I understand it when you're from Canada, but I'm not talking bad about anything in Canada, okay? But AI helps credit union redefine credit for struggling workers. Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union is using AI through its partnership with Salus, SALUS, to identify grit, resilience, and recovery trends among ALICE. That means poor people, asset limited, income constrained, employed households. ALICE is a way that this is so fucking stupid. Can we just call them poor people? What's with this asset limited, income constrained? That's so fucking stupid. But anyhow, for millions of working families, I don't know why these people are trying to text me during the show. These are people that know very well. These are even some $500 people. I'm like, seriously? Like, please, that's embarrassing to me. You're a $500 person. And you're trying to ask me a fucking question. Your house better be on fire. Better be on fire. He's asking about fire. Are you serious? Wow. I'm not gonna tell you who. I'm not gonna blow it out or blow it up. I didn't want to say that word because then I'm on YT, so they're probably gonna turn the fucking channel off. Okay, what we got here is the Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union based in Western New York. This is in case you're from New York. It has been building a mission around these members, these poor people, through a new partnership with FinTech Solace. The institution is what? Using artificial intelligence to promote financial inclusion, helping the region's ALICE, which is asset limited, income constrained, employed households, improve their financial realities and access credit safely and sustainability. Okay, everybody check it out. I want you to see it. I know right now you're bored as fuck. You're like, Crypto Hulk, why are we talking about poor people? In New York? What's with the funny accents, Crypto Hulk? Come on over. We'll have some coffee and we'll talk. Okay, look. The reason I'm discussing this AI is because they're showing us right now how they're going to get everybody hooked up in the world. But it all starts real small and it ends up real big. This is why I'm showing you trends when it's very early. Trends on Bank Social before this motherfucker blows out. I'm showing you now what is going on. And Bank Social is super, super, super deep into AI. Let me explain something really quick. I'll keep it under 30 seconds. Imagine you have the NFL. Those are all the banks. JP Morgan, B of A, you got it? Stuff like that. Banco Santander, HSBC, okay, Citibank. All these are the NFL. Imagine, okay, so they got all the quadrillions. They're super fucking rich. Okay, picture Canada with the Canadian Football League. Hey, some of those guys are good. They could probably play one game like a pro, but they can't consistently do it week by week. That's a lot of times. It's like that Toby Keith song. I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once. What does he say? As I ever was, or something shit like that. I don't remember, but I love that song. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Not Toby Keith and that song. But credit unions are like the Canadian Football League. You're not going to, it's nowhere 1,000th. It's nowhere 1/1,000,000th of what the big banks and shit are, okay? But what I'm showing you is an opportunity right now to get in on Bank Social before this thing blows out. Okay, Bank Social is massively involved with AI. They have a platform for it, just letting you know. Bank Social is the biggest credit union crypto bank, hooking them all up together, Bank Social just got hooked up a couple months ago or less with the FedNow, with the Federal Reserve. They just got hooked up. Hester Pierce, let me show you something right here. You know, the SEC, look right here. Who do we got? I got a picture of Hester Pierce. Now, it's not what you think. Quit. Don't get all perverted on me now. It's not a nudie pic. Some people are like, oh, God, Crypto, really? Look at this picture right here. Look at this fucking picture. We've got Bank Social. There's the guy right there. The guy, the CEO of Bank Social, he's sitting at a chair, cheesing it, cheese with Hester Pierce right there. Tell me, I'm going to calm down. Tell me, Bank Social is not the biggest crypto dealing with SEC and credit. See, Bank Social represents all the credit unions in the entire fucking country. He's sitting there with Hester Pierce, and they're smiling together. She doesn't look like she's having a bad time, okay? Other people in that room, they appear to be smiling as well, okay? They don't look all uptight. They look like they're trying to work together. Bank Social. You know Bank Social is going to be all kinds of regulatory A-OK. That's why I backed the truck up today and uploaded a shit ton of Bank Social, just to let you know. Because I'm looking at a picture right here with like one of the top people at the SEC, and he's doing the old school, like grabbing the camera. Hey, Hester, can we get a picture? And he's like doing that kind of shit. Like, who does that, right? You do that when you're comfortable with somebody. If it's a formal, all kind of, you know, they're wearing ties and shit. Let me put my tie back in. But if we're at an event and it's all formal and nobody's having any fun, that's one thing. These people, he's not even wearing a tie. He's doing a selfie with Hester Pierce, and they're both smiling. He's looking like Hester just says, you know what? You guys are regulated. You're good to go. I'm seeing shiny, happy people, and I don't even like the B-52s, all right? Except Love Shack. That was a pretty good song. Kind of had some memories to that one. So, but I'll keep them to myself. If we look at this article right here, you've got, I'm going to continue the article. I will get to it. I'm trying to make a point here is you got Bank Social has an agreement with the Federal Reserve FedNow program. He's sitting there cheesing it up with Hester Pierce, and I've got a whole bunch of news on what's going to happen like the last quarter of this year with Bank Social. It's ready to take off, okay? This crypto is being set up. So what we got here is this Alice thing with the asset limited. What they're going to do is hook everybody up. You want to know how all around the world everyone's going to get hooked up? AI, just like that's what they're showing us right here. They're using this program, okay, and a lot of overseas in Africa and stuff, they don't have banks, right? So they're going to be using credit unions, payment institutions. Guess what? It's going to be ran with AI. That's how they're going to do all this. Poor countries with limited resources that can't maybe send out 10,000 people to log everybody. They're going to just AI it. This is what this is right here. The term Alice was originated by the United Way. And it was explained by John Felton, CEO of Southern Chaka Zulu, FCU. He noted that 42% of U.S. households fall under Alice definition, families that live paycheck to paycheck. Wow, it's sad. Alice families are under more stress now than ever. You know what? Let's look at most of the whole entire world. These people are poor. And they're going to use this AI to get them hooked up. This is what I'm showing you. Crypto Hulk, how are we going to hook up all these poor countries, this and that? Watch my article right now that I'm reading to you. That's how they're going to do all this. Credit unions are going to come in, and their tech and their technology is going to spread throughout the whole world. Bank social is going to blow out all around the world. I'm just showing you in advance, because that's what my job on Crypto Hulk Show is, to show you 1, 2, 3 years in advance what the fuck's going to happen. I'm giving you an opportunity right now. The big banks, I honestly believe they're all hooked up. What do I think's happening now? The big banks are saying to the children, okay, kids, go ahead and you can go get hooked up right now. And that's what I believe is happening now. Now it's time to get all the poor hooked up, okay, before they let this thing loose. Where traditional lending models, traditional lending models depend on your credit score. Like FICO, Vanguard scores. This is going to be something different. Where traditional lending models often rely on static 3-digit credit scores, mine is pushing 800. It's getting close to 800. Oh, remember when I told you I was going to go get a whole bunch of gold last year? My credit score got crushed like 520. Oh, we got destroyed. Guess where I'm at now? About 780, 790. Just thought I'd let you know. I told you, I don't give a fuck about a credit score. If I'm getting gold, I will make myself get so fucking bankrupt or whatever on paper. I don't fucking care. And I paid all this shit off. Took me like 14 months or whatever. Now the credit score is like, still keeps going up every month now, like 5 more points a month. Like I'm telling you what, I think probably by January, February, March, I should be close to 800, like right at 800 credit score. Just saying. The credit score tells you about a person's past. It doesn't predict their future. It does not explain why they went through those struggles. You can't tell from a traditional credit report if somebody has grit. Grit, in Fenton's view, is the ability to recover, to figure it out, and keep moving forward, he says, allowing his team to do their job. Let me fast forward here. I totally agree with this. I'm the kind of person, never mind, let's get off that subject. This credit union's loan officers still meet with members and review their household finances, often using their mobile banking app as a conversation starter. So what we're seeing here is credit unions. Look, you've got to hook everybody up. This is what I'm trying to show you. This crypto, just because you and me are hooked up, we've got all these poor people. Alice. We've got people all around the world that are poor. We're not hooking up, leaving nobody behind. What's that Moana movie where Ohana means family and nobody's left behind or some shit like that? Is that Moana? I'm pretty sure it is. I think I took my daughter to that like 15, 20, 30 years ago. So that's what they're doing is hooking up poor people. See, the banks, they're not giving a fuck about poor people. So this is where the credit unions come in to get everybody else, okay? To try to, quote, level the playing field. They have a model for mission-driven growth. Credit union sustainability lives in Alice families, he said. These are the people that need credit unions the most. So this is what's going to happen. And I'm showing you here in this article. This is about credit unions. So now let's get into HBAR. Now we're going to dig a little deeper. We're going to get into Bank Social, which is utilizing HBAR. Here's Bank Social website. I'm showing you a transformation that's happening. Banks, We've been reading about Ripple and Bank of America and all this shit. All this shit's been going on 10 years, all right? Now it's time for the credit unions, everybody. This is what we're seeing. All the banks, remember these 10 banks, these 30 banks with SWIFT? You got 30 banks with SWIFT, and then these group of 10 banks we just went over the other day. We went over this morning, those 10 banks, they're getting their blockchain shit all set up. Now what I'm showing you is the credit unions, they were given the green light. Credit unions of the United States and the whole world now begin. It's okay for you to begin. The banks are pretty much done. Now it's time for the credit union. We can't have, God forbid, the credit unions get hooked up for the banks. What the credit unions are going to do now is hook up all the poor people around the world. Okay? So there's the Bank Social website. We power it says here, future-proof your institution. Become the only financial tools your customer needs. I'm going to let you see who their partners are. Oh, the clearinghouse. That's so massive, right? I'm not getting into breaking down who all these, you got Google involved in this. The clearinghouse, everybody, it's absolutely humongous, okay? You got Google involved in this. Hedera is involved with this and more. This is so massive and stuff, but it's designed to get the average American and the poor people all hooked up, all right? Get them bank accounts, get them into crypto and all these things. Scroll through this at your own time. They got crypto stocks, money movement, seamless onboarding, advanced security and fraud protection, open FX, so foreign exchange, DeFi. Some people can't get a bank account due to their situation. This is an option for other people, credit unions. And look right here, they have something called Neuron, N-U-R-O-N. That's the AI we're going to get into and start talking about. Here is Bank Social, another of their websites. Let's take a look. A credit union is different. They don't deal with like money specifically, or there's no vault at a credit union. So they facilitate accounts and stuff, but they don't hold money. I don't completely understand how credit unions work. So there's probably some custodial agent that's holding the money. Because if you own a credit union, like you can't say stick them up because there's no money in there. Now you can have a credit union card, your account, your bank, your employer can send your money electronically to a credit union, but they don't have actual like cash. So let's look a little deeper here. Here is web.banksocial.io. What I'm showing you is they're getting all set up. They finally got the green light, okay? So if we look here, turn your FI into a fintech. It's called Neuron, N-U-R-O-N. It's powered by Bank Social. You can launch, manage, and orchestrate your FI from a single intelligent AI command center. What it is, it's if you can put all your banking, your DeFi, and all these things. This is artificially intelligence controlled. They have something called human-powered AI, intelligence at every layer, insights that power smarter decisions, adjusting employee and member experiences in real time. The AI that they have is real-time analytics processing, predictive consumer behavior modeling. It's banking everybody on an AI. They're going to put everybody out of work. This Bank Social is ready to go with hooking up all these people with the needs for banking. That's why they're using AI. So you don't have to have like 10 million people working at a company. This Bank Social is hooked up with like every credit union in the entire United States. Okay. Now, this isn't big like B of A and all these things, but this is a lot of billions of dollars, trillions in money. Okay. They have lending. They issue cards. You can open accounts. They have infrastructure, call center. What is? I'm just kind of looking at the website. The Neuron ecosystem. They got stocks and crypto, fraud detection, infrastructure, card issuance, open accounts, call center, intelligence, money AI, lending. Works with any core banking system and digital banking platform. No need to replace your existing infrastructure. Neuron integrates seamlessly. So they have their own proprietary AI called Neuron. This is Bank Social, okay? All the credit unions in the country, this is the biggest one. This is the biggest crypto. You know how like Ripple has partners like B of A and all that shit? Well, Bank Social is like your Ripple. Notice how it's interoperable. Like I just told you, you can get all your banking done through the Bank Social AI. That's interoperability. You got 400 different banks in the United States. What's the interoperable crypto they're using? Bank Social. So it's kind of like the Ripple of all the banks in the world. Now, the credit union market's very small, but still, if you get enough Bank Social, that don't matter, okay? So I'm showing you a year, 2 years before this thing launches to make you crazy rich. So that's why I backed the dump truck up today on this particular crypto and said, you know what? I'm just going to buy it all. And that's what I did. This one will be my long-term hold. I don't care about tomorrow, next week, next month. That shit, what I'm trying to think of is next year, I want to have like $1 million at least off this. So that's just what I'm doing. Now, here's the Hashpack app. If you want to buy Bank Social, that's up to you. And if you want to, here's where you'd go, or at least I would go. Right there, Hashpack app. And they got lots of other lovely cryptos there. Got the Bank Social one. Okay, what are the news? Here's some of the top news. Let me check my comments real quick. I'm going to get into the top news. Bank Social, probably, I don't know if it'll ever go on to Caleb Brown because it's a Hedera type crypto. So it's going to be on their kind of Hedera platforms and stuff, but it may. But Hedera is their partner, so they kind of want to like be in charge of all that stuff. So yeah, somebody has Navy Federal Credit Union. I'm sure all of them will. Yeah, but let's look here. What's the news? Bank Social has had an active year in 2025 with key developments centered on institutional integrations, regulatory aligned innovations like the SEC, ecosystem expansions. This is big. Number one, they launched tokenized shared branching network. Bank Social introduced a tokenized shared branching network aimed at modernizing credit union payments. Everybody, all the credit unions are going to be, this is, Bank Social is massive. I'm just letting you know. You can pump up it, whatever, make your little $50 or $200. I'm trying to make millions off this. This is my Hedera token on Saucer Swap or Hashpack. This token I'm holding, and it's going to make me insanely rich, okay? Bank Social introduced a tokenized. There's two things we need to get rich: global crypto regulations, which we will have, and then tokenization. They just dropped August 11th, like less than 2 months ago, a tokenized shared branching network, everybody. And it's aimed at all the credit unions to use. This initiative builds on the traditional shared banking model by tokenizing liquidity for faster, more secure transfers. Now, again, remember, Bank Social has a partner called Hedera. Hedera is massive partners with Ripple, which is XRP. Also, Ripple's a partner with Chainlink and Algorand. Tell me all these 4 or 5 cryptos, they don't work together. And I'll call you a horse's ass, okay? That's where your intelligence level would be if you were to say that. The network leverages Hedera's infrastructure for scalability and includes features like self-custody wallets, AI-driven fraud prevention. They also have something called Secura, SECURA. That is, so now they got 2 things. They got this one, an AI-driven fraud detection. Initial rollout targeted U.S. credit unions with phased expansions planned for what? Global features like self-custody. I'm telling you what, this is what's up. Oh, by the way, and then Hedera, aren't they partnered with SealsQ? Oh, and doesn't SealsQ work on quantum proof? SealsQ, Hedera, partner of Bank Social, is going to be releasing this year quantum hack proof microchips. And Bank Social just happens to be a part of Hedera, who's an actual partner of SealsQ. Not a big deal. I'm sure that won't cause the price to go up for Bank Social at all. So this highlight in a credit union was a major step. So they have Secura, and I'll bet you that's that SealsQ chip, okay? And what is it? It's a disaster-proof operation plan, especially with post-natural disaster. So that's what's going on. Bank Social, this strengthens its position as a white label provider. No hacking going on at Bank Social. Gee, I wonder if their partner Hedera and SealsQ have anything to do with that. Oh, I'm sure it doesn't, Crypto Hulk. Crypto Hulk, Bank Social's not going to do anything with SealsQ. I'm sure of that. Okay, another one of those. They're going to have their staking rewards platforms and all that. There's a 1.5 trillion U.S. credit union sector where outdated tech in the credit union hinders competitiveness. All that's going to change. Oh, man. That's going to cause this price to skyrocket. See, right now, the whole credit union's running on like 1973 technology or some shit. All that's going to change. And all the credit unions are going to run on Bank Social, Hedera, SealsQ technology to stop hacks in the Bank Social credit union bank network. Oh, God. This is going to take off like crazy. Next, Bank Social became the first, here we go, the first Web3 platform. Let's repeat this again. Bank Social is the first Web3 platform, crypto, on the Federal Reserve payment rails. Okay. Bank Social became the first Web3 platform to go live on FedNow. There's nobody else. Hello? Are we not understanding this? The first Web3. This is why I got this shit so much. I got so much fucking Bank Social. It's crazy. Like a sickening amount. Serious, man. The Federal Reserve's instant payment rails launched in 2023. but expanded in 2025, this year, for Bank Social. Oh my God. See what they did? They created all this FedNow shit, right? Nobody was talking about Bank Social and all that. Then guess what? They needed to include all the credit unions, didn't they? Yes, they did. Then all of a sudden this year, they hooked up the very first of there is no other Web3, there is no other Web3 crypto except Bank Social working with the Federal Reserve. Oh shit, Crypto Hulk, that's fucking massive. Just so I'd let you know, of course, to some of you, not a big deal. Okay. Oh shit, over 600 credit unions are positioned to adopt this. It takes about less than 60 days for them to hook up. It takes 30 to 60 days to hook up each bank. The reason all this is happening is because the Clarity Act. You know all these acts that are occurring? Well, Bank Social is becoming more and more adopted. They're already up at the federal level. I mean, they're already up at the federal level. So, I mean, you can't really get any higher than that. Well, I can get higher than that, but that's another subject we don't want to talk about. So let's continue. Here's another first, September 30th, 2025. Well, what's today? It's October 13th. Well, wait a second, Crypto Hulk. This shit happened 13 days ago with Bank Social. Let's read what happened 13 days ago. The very first, here's another first. The very first international transfer of private liquid token to a U.S. credit union happened with Bank Social 13 days ago. The very first private liquidity token. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk. I think I'm getting a fucking stiffy. You better stop it. I can't stand up right now. In collaboration, people are going to think I'm some kind of sicko. In collaboration with the Hashcraft Group. Oh, shit. So we got Hedera and Bank Social launching the first private liquidity token to a credit union. And we just got done with Bank Social being the world's first Web3 to join FedNow. Oh, shit. I better get in on this. I'm telling you, when it dumped, that's why I just said, fuck it. I'm going to buy the fuck out of this crypto and hang on until it takes me to the moon. All right? In collaboration, here we go. They're working with the Hashcraft Graph Group. Bank Social facilitated the first chain agnostic. That means that no matter what chain it is, bank-to-bank settlement. Well, that means it's an interoperable. Wait, Crypto Hulk, stop. Crypto Hulk, we're talking about chain agnostic bank settlements going on with liquid tokens. Well, how are they getting this interoperability, Crypto Hulk? Well, if you remember, Junior, earlier I said HBAR is a Ripple partner along with Chainlink and Algorand, but you said they weren't sharing all this information. Well, it sure looks like the fuck they are to me. I mean, this is the very first chain agnostic bank-to-bank settlement of a private liquidity token because it's got XRP in there. I'm trying to tell you guys, but some of you are, well, I don't see that written anywhere. We also don't see your boyfriend's dick so far up your ass it's cutting off the circulation of your brain. You don't see that shit either, do you? No, you're just too busy seeing Oscar Myers floating around. You guys, these are the dumb people that say shit and have no common sense. If we know HBAR and Ripple and Algorand and Chainlink are all fucking partners, and if we know that Bank Social is hooked up with HBAR, the reasonable fucktard should understand they're probably sharing a lot of shit they're not talking about in the newspaper or anywhere else, okay? Just some fucking common sense to help you get by for today. All right. That's how they have the first chain agnostic bank-to-bank settlement of a private liquidity token. This bank social is going to fucking blow out, and I want everybody in on this shit while it's cheap. Please don't wait till it goes up to a penny or 5 cents. Now's your fucking time to consider whether you want in on this the very first chain agnostic bank-to-bank settlement of a private liquidity token to a U.S. credit union. This Bank Social is using Hedera as the base layer. Okay. This involved transferring, tokenized assets across the border in seconds. Oh, shit, CryptoHawk. Wait, CryptoHawk, this sounds just like XRP. And I'm like, welcome to the party. You finally fucking get it now. This is XRP. All this shit is running on the ledger. And why don't we see it, CryptoHawk? Because it's a private ledger, you fucking asshat. I've been telling you this fucking shit for 5 years. All this shit's running on private ledger. That's why nobody sees shit. And all of a sudden, last minute, the private ledgers come out of the closet. They all dogpile on the ledger, and everybody's fucking rich like the flip of a switch. This shit is not that fucking hard to figure out, okay? People complicate. Well, where do you get all this information? It's just common sense that you don't have. This shit's not common. Look, I'm not a tech person. I'm not at all. But I can read between the lines and see shit that's very clear to me, okay? How do you get a first chain agnostic bank moving liquid tokens, real world assets across borders in seconds? It's the fucking XRP ledger utilizing Codius and the Interledger protocol. This shit we've been talking about this fucking shit for years. Whew, oy vey. This proof of concept demonstrated interoperability with networks like Ripple and Solana. Oh, well, Solana. CryptoHawk, you were talking about that. CryptoHawk, wait a second, CryptoHawk. I'm being a little dramatic. CryptoHawk, wait a second. Solana SDK was invented in 2019 with Tendermint. Swift hooked up with them. You told us that this morning. Jimmy, you get a gold star at the top of your paper. Your mommy's going to be proud. But then CryptoHawk, around 5 years later in 2024, Ripple made a side chain. Keep going. And they integrated into Solana SDK, and they have a side chain on a ledger for Ethereum virtual machine. Junior, you fucking got it. Son of a bitch. All these years, I thought you were going to be like a fucking loser, like that other pathetic kid I had with your mother. So they're talking about interoperability here with Ripple and Solana. Well, son of a bitch. Isn't that something? I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know while it's all cheap. But CryptoHawk, I'm going to wait till Bank Social hits like $1 or $2. Then I'm going to invest. And I'm like, God, you're just like your mother. Let's take a look. That is the big. That is like the biggest stuff we got with Bank Social. Now that's massive right there. I can't do any more with that. That news. I'm going to click out of this. So we've gone over Bank Social for almost the whole fucking show. I just been telling you facts, showing you connections. This shit's real. And the whole credit, all 600 of these credit unions in the United States, all this credit union is going to run. And I just named all the cryptos that are involved. Let's say you can't afford Ripple at $3 a piece or whatever the fuck it is today, $2.50, $3.50 tomorrow. Whatever, doesn't matter. Then you get your Bank Social. How much Bank Social is like 0.0008. Okay. It's got 3 zeros and an 8. Look, if you're welfare poor, Bank Social is the one that's gonna take you to get rich. Now, I ain't telling you to buy it because I'm not a financial advisor. But if I only had $500, I mean, I don't know how many. You could buy a fuck ton of Bank Social with $500. Well, like a million of them or something, or I don't even know. 500,000. You put in when these cryptos at points. Somebody do the fucking math. Don't make me do the math. If you have $500 right now, how much Bank Social would that be? Somebody help me out so I don't have to do this shit on my own. 500. I just took a guess. Wild stab at that one. 500,000 for real? Daniel Garcia says 500,000 tokens, $500. So if that's the case, 500,000 tokens. I mean, okay, Stuart Lavelle says 625,000. I'm telling that's $500, you guys. If you're poor, I mean, seriously, I'm not making fun of you or nothing, but this is how you get rich. Like, I'm showing you facts tonight. I'm showing you, okay, you couldn't get in on the expensive cryptos and all that stuff. Okay, fine. You beg, borrow, and steal $500 from somebody. Sell some blood. Okay, now I'm kind of joking. But $500. Now let's say these fucking telemarketers, I swear to God. Hold on a second. Hello? Hello? Is this a robot call? Yeah, it's a robot call. I was gonna start cussing at him and try to humiliate him, but it's I knew it was a robot call. Say you fucking bitch. But that's why sometimes I do in my spare time. So 625,000. When that goes to, let's see how much money. Let's be real. Okay, look. Everything I talked about the past hour was fact-based, correct? I showed you articles. I showed you pictures of selfies with Hester Pierce. All this shit's real. The FedNow and all this shit's real. Everything on my program is 100% real about Bank Social, okay? Now, let's speculate. This is the only part of the show where we're speculating. Everything else was fucking facts, okay? Crypto Hawk, you got way too many facts on your program. Let's speculate. Let's just gamble. Okay. 625,000 cryptos of Bank Social at $10. Let's just say it goes to $10. You're looking at almost $6.5 million. All it's got to go to is $10. Are you not seeing this, poor people? This is how, like, I'm just showing, I've shown you facts for 1 hour. All I've shown you is a real company that's registered with FedNow, that they're kicking it with Hester Pierce at the SEC. They made the first, 2 firsts, okay? No other crypto is going to be DeFi right now except this with the Federal Reserve. And the other one's the first credit union or anybody to do liquid token, okay? Let's say 625,000. Let's say it goes to $100. $100. That's all we're asking is $100, right? Okay. If you spent $500 tonight to get 625 of these tokens, and now we're speculating now. All this is all speculating and gambling. Okay. You're looking at $62 million. 625,000 times 100 is $62 million. That's the only speculation of the show. Everything else in my show is fact-based. You can look all the shit up yourself. You could verify everything I've done this whole show. It's all fact-based. The end of the show, I'm trying to show poor people this. You don't need all this money. You could literally, now don't do this because I need the viewership. But you can literally spend $500 and never watch the show again. You're done. Put your shit in a hardware wallet. If once Kalen Brown, if they ever allow Bank Social, put your stuff in there. You're done. $500. You can make $62 million. It might be in 3-4 years from now, maybe 5. I don't know. This is the speculative part of the show. But let's say it doesn't go to $100. It goes to $50. How much is Bitcoin? 120,000 or something? This only needs to hit $50 and you got $30 million. That shitty ass job you got. I've been there. I've done the shitty ass jobs almost my whole life. Think about one day you'll have 30 million. Just go to your job each day, survive and struggle. And no, one day you're gonna have 30 million. From watching that guy, Crypto Hall guy, cussing and screaming and shit, putting people down and stuff. Yep, that's what I do. Dumb shits get put down. I don't know what else I can do to get a person who's really poor to show them this shit's too fucking easy. $500 in it. Get a fucking loan from somebody and pay this off at like, I don't know, $10 a week. Find a family. Hey, can I borrow $500? I'll pay you back $10 a week. And you fucking pay them back, man. You wait for all the crypto to go up, all the credit unions to hook up. Maybe it goes to $200. If it goes to $200, you got like what, 120 million? But I'm just saying, so maybe it never does, but maybe it just goes to the $10. Still, what is that, like $6 million or something like that? Or whatever? That's a pretty good fucking chunk of change, don't you say? So with that, I just made it too easy. What if it only goes to $5, Crypto Hall? Then you got $3 million. Think of what you can do with $3 million. When you spend $500 now and it's worth $3 million. Hey, I don't know what we're speculating. I don't know what the cost of that Bank Social can be. It's not going to be fucking 0.008 cents. That's for sure. It ain't gonna be. It's got to be more than $1. It's got to be more than $5 for it to do what it does. For it to do what it do. It's got to be more than $1 or $5, $10, 20, 30. We're just speculating here. I'm just showing you what could happen. You don't need to have a degree in business. You just watch Crypto Hulk show. The whole fucking show was facts. Okay? And then I just showed you at the end, this crypto can't move all that money in the world in the credit unions and stuff. If it's 0.008, that shit ain't going to work. So we know it's got to go up. I just don't know how much. This other guy says, fuck, man, even if it hits 20 cents. I'm telling you, if you get 600,000 of those at 20 cents, that's like what, $50,000 or some shit like that. You just made 50 grand. I don't know. That's all speculation. I can't tell you. I present a fact-based program, and whatever happens after that, I don't know. So with that, I'm going to turn this show over to the $5 people. Then after that hour, it'll go to the general public. So you have a little bit of a head start if you want to get in on this crypto. Thanks for being a $10 member, and off I go. And I'll see you in the morning. I'm working on a crypto for the morning. I got my little coworker, Santa's little elf, and we're going to try to find you I don't want to say investment crypto for the morning, but investment crypto for the morning. I'll see you.